Hello and welcome to the Cultivating Calmness Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a little something special that's coming up here in just a few days, and that is Father's Day. So before we go any further, I want to wish all of the fathers out there, whether you're a biological father, adopted father, foster father, grandpa, uncle, fill in the blank, father figure to someone, and you play an important role in their life. I want to wish you a very happy Father's Day. And I hope that today or this coming week, this coming Sunday is a very special day for you, or whenever you are celebrating that day, hopefully with your family or those people who love you. And even if not, it's okay to celebrate yourself as a father if you are not able to get together with those around you. And for those who are celebrating a father, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how we can do that. And if you're grieving a father in your life, and we often talk about this around Mother's Day, and I did not want to leave the fathers out. I know I personally have dealt with the loss of my mother, so connecting with the loss of a father is not something that I have personally experienced, but I know many people out there do, and sometimes I can feel a little different because obviously our fathers play a very different role in our life, and I want to make sure that we acknowledge them and help to support you through missing your dad, and whatever that means, whether they have died or they're just not the person that you need them to be in your life, or aren't playing an active role, or whatever the reason is, it's okay to grieve that loss today, this day, on Father's Day as well. So today, to start off with, I want to give a big shout out to the main father figure that's in my life. Not my father, but yes, I do wish him a very happy Father's Day, and we'll talk about him. But my husband is the person who does a lot of my behind the scenes here at the Cultivating Calmness Podcast and with my business. And so I want to give him a huge shout out because I wouldn't be able to do what I do here without him, and I am truly grateful and thankful for everything that he does for me in my life and for my business. And I know that I couldn't do life without him, and I hope that he really knows that. And if he doesn't, I hope he is knowing it now. He is a wonderful father and a wonderful son, and I don't think that he is given enough credit for all of the work that he does. And I hope that in hearing that you out there listening, that you are acknowledging the husbands and partners in your life and giving them the credit that they deserve. I see a lot of things online. What really sparked me to come here today was just seeing a video talk about some of the ways we treat mothers on Mother's Day versus how we treat fathers on Father's Day. And even I just had this conversation with my husband. I wanted to do something big and celebrate him and his dad, and make a big meal, and that isn't necessarily something that he wants, or if it is, he's also putting a lot of thought into me and what that may do for my stress level, and just very considerate. And but I think oftentimes we think of Father's Day as a light holiday, and we don't have to give much attention to that. And that's not really fair to the fathers in our life who I'm sure put in a lot of work and time to be there for their families. Now, I know there are families out there where that is not the case. I am not speaking to those people. And, if you feel like your spouse is not the person that picks up the slack in your home and is not supportive and not helpful, I truly am sorry that is how things are working out in your household. And there's definitely, maybe some things you can talk about with somebody about that. And I don't, whether that's marriage therapy or whether that is talking about whether that looks like a separation or whether it looks like just talking to them and getting on the same page. I hope that you can find that for yourself and for your family. But for those people who do have the people in their lives that they look up to and that they support and that they are really thankful for having, and they recognize the work that they do for their family, I just want to give you maybe some thoughts on how you can support them this week and what you can do for them. So, of course, we can get Father's Day gifts. I think, a lot of people like gifts. And if they're anything like my husband, I feel like he's always hard to buy for. He's not, I think he maybe is a gift person, and he'll probably correct me, but he is more of a quality time, physical affection, words of affirmation person. So, thinking about the 5 love languages, those were 3 of them. Some of the other ones are acts of service, physical touch, gifts, affirmations, and quality time. And there may be some other, love languages, but those are the 5 love languages that we speak of when we talk about love languages generally. And if you know your spouse's love language, those may be things that you consider in what you give them for special occasions like Father's Day. And so it may not be necessarily a physical gift that you go and get from the store. Now, your kids may want to do that. You may do that with them. But sometimes the gift from you is that you recognize them. Sometimes it's that you do things that maybe they normally do that maybe you're capable of, but that they just do better, right? Like cutting the grass. I am capable of cutting the grass. I am not the best at it, and it probably takes me longer than it takes him to do it, but maybe that would be something that I would do so that he wouldn't have to. Or cooking. You often hear that on Father's Day, the fathers are out cooking on the grill for everybody on Father's Day, and maybe that's something that they like to do and they would do it better. Or maybe it's something that you could do for them, even if it's not going to be as good as they would do it, so that they can have a little break, just like they may have given you on Mother's Day. And, I think that we can recognize them in other ways. It's doing things with them. Doesn't have to be, a gift, like I said. So that would be that quality time. Maybe we watch a movie together. We plan to do things together. We pick up a chore or do something that normally Dad would do, so that Dad can have that, little break as well that, hopefully he deserves. And I know in my house that he definitely deserves it, and I don't always know exactly what I can do, but I know that I could probably do better in many ways because he does pick up a lot of my slack, and so, this could be a time where I can do the opposite for him. When it comes to, grieving and the loss of a father, a lot of the things that I recommend are the things that maybe if you've ever watched my talks on Mother's Day, are ways that you can recognize them and hold them close on Father's Day or any day. It doesn't have to be just Father's Day, but when you are grieving or have lost a father in some way, Father's Day can be particularly hard for you. If you decide that you just can't do Father's Day this year, that's okay. You can give yourself permission to not attend a Father's Day and recognize your dad in the way that you think you can. It doesn't have to be a big, huge, grand gesture, although it can be. You can go visit them For some people, it's visiting their grave. For some people, that's not where they really see or feel the relationship with their dad. So if that's the case, go where you feel most closely connected to them. Maybe that's your house or their house or a certain park bench. Maybe it's just being in nature in general. Maybe it's being at the grill cooking because that's what your dad did and that just makes you think of him. It could be anything like that. So recognizing and remembering your dad in whatever way feels special for you. A lot of people may do balloon releases and things like that. Now you take into consideration the nature part of that. Releasing balloons is probably not the best idea, although people do those and lanterns and things like that. But even writing a letter, creating like a memory box and putting things that are special of his in there so that you can pull them out and look at them whenever you want. I've known people who have more of like a memory shelf. So they put all the special things of their dad up on that shelf, and that's where they go. Or it's a memory wall with frames and pictures, or a picture. It doesn't have to be multiple if you don't want it to be. Talking about your dad. That's another special way to remember him and recognize him when he's no longer here. Saving a seat at the table would be a way to recognize and remember your dad. So I've known people who do that for special holidays. It's so that they're always remembered and as if they are there. Talking to them, even if they're not physically there. I know that can feel a little weird for some people. For some people that feels totally natural and normal. Talking to your kids or your grandkids or whoever it is about your dad or your special person is a way to remember them and carry on their legacy and their memory. If it's maybe you're losing your dad to dementia, you can bring up old memories the two of you share and bring back those memories not only for you but for him if that's not too difficult for you. And I think that anything you really do, it's up to you. If you want to remember them in whatever way feels special and okay for you. And if that's not on Father's Day, that's totally okay. I just encourage you to do what is best for you and what feels right for you. So fathers out there, I hope you feel appreciated this coming Sunday and every day, but especially on Father's Day. And I wish my dad a very happy Father's Day and share many memories with him. And growing up, we always said he was our mom and our dad because our mom died so young. He was both mom and dad for a very long time and still technically is. And I am grateful for all of the times that we shared together and the fun experiences. And I know the hard work now as a parent that he had to put in to be a single parent. And the other fathers that were also in my life who helped to take care of us and helped to raise us as a single parent. It takes, a village. And so my grandpa and my pawpaw, who is now deceased, and my, a few uncles who were in the picture and, helpful in our life. I remember them and think about them, and I wish all of them a very happy Father's Day as well. And my father-in-law, who has been a positive influence in my husband's life and in my life and always very supportive. We love him and cherish him, and we wish him a happy Father's Day as well. And my brother and my brother-in-law and my brother-in-laws, that they are all now fathers now too, and I wish them all a very happy Father's Day. So thank you all for joining me, and I just want to give a quick shout out. If you have not registered as a mental health clinician, or if you're in the mental health field, the luncheon that I host for mental health professionals is next week on Thursday, and we will be with Dr. Rachel Nelms, and she will be presenting on grief and art therapy, and her title of her presentation is Relearning the World, Building Resilience and Cultivating Community After a Loss. So I'm really looking forward to her presentation. You can still register for that event. You can sign up at my website and do that before Monday, and we would love to see you there. Again, our Mental Health Professionals Luncheon is coming up this coming next Thursday, and it will be on art and grief and presented by Dr. Rachel Nelms. Thank you all for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.